Note to self, do not fly the drone when it is overly cloudy. It's generally not a good idea. Specifically, maybe no flying in like overly foggy days because, well, I guess I went too high. I went up into the fog and I lost visuals of my drone. And then I looked to the camera to see what the drone was seeing, and the drone was seeing nothing but fog. Like, it couldn't see the ground, it couldn't see like anything in front of it. And instead of saying how high it was, it began to say that it was only like 1 foot or -1 foot in the air. So obviously the fog was messing with the drone sensors, and that wasn't good. And then I lost control of the drone. It wouldn't let me move anywhere, and it started auto landing. And then while it was auto landing, I couldn't move it forward or backwards or anything. So that was frustrating. And then it was, you know, I could see eventually that it was still above where it had taken off, like where I was. I didn't move it forward or backwards. I was too afraid to go anywhere. But then it started landing over a tree, and it wouldn't let me move it away from that tree, and then it landed on the tree. DJI, super happy with the build quality of the drone, because there are 0 scratches, even though it fell. I can't believe it survived that. But also, it would have been cool if I could move it out of the way and not crash. So I have about an hour before I gotta go talk on the panel about minimalism. So, yeah, you know, might as well do something while I got the time. It's like such a nice spring day in January. All right, let's go. All right, so I am a couple minutes late and gotta walk back. I'm in the area that I guess we're talking in is very small and no parking. Hopefully it'll be fine. Alright, looks like I got here in good time. I'm about to start and then field some questions.
I personally became a minimalist in large part because I wanted to be able to go fishing every day. True cost of car ownership is about $8,500 a year. What would you do with $8,500?
So we were minimalists by default. We just didn't have access to a lot of stuff. And then I grew up, got a corporate gig, had too much money, and then I went the opposite direction and bought all the things that I could get my hands on. Is there another way that I can fulfill that need without adding more stuff into my life? Hey guys, so for today's vlog, just gonna piggyback on earlier, the video footage. I was at the event today. It's by a company called Simply Living. They are very focused on living intentionally and like focusing on like living a meaningful life. And usually when you do that, life tends to be very simple as well, because a lot of the time when life gets complicated, it's because we throw in too many other things that aren't really necessary, whether those are physical things or like mental clutter. That's also a really big thing. But I was part of the panel on minimalism because I've been into minimalism since about 2012, and it's shaped a lot of like my approach to business, to life, and just things in general. Quick snippet to end the vlog because I want to go ahead and end this quickly, but minimalism, I think one of the funny things is that people often assume that it means having just as little things as possible. Like if you're the ultimate minimalist, you're a hermit, you live in a cave and you have no possessions. Most often, if you're actually a minimalist, it's not having less things, it's having the right things for your life. Things that add meaning to your life, that's what's important. Not so much the things. I think one way that I put it was, it's not what you have, but it's like, why do you have it? Side note, I crashed the drone today. It was very foggy, and it was trying to land it, hit a tree, fell about 20 feet. It was horrible. Actually, it was pretty, okay, so scary, but very good, because the drone is unscathed. I only broke 1 propeller, so, you know, I went out, I got 2 more, but yeah, so that happened. Not fly in the dense fog again like that, because the drone just doesn't like that. So that happened. But anyways, thank you very much for tuning in today. I will see you in the next video.